6.1 last time. Can't complain too much about that, but if somebody makes an 11-second stop.
Little bottleneck in that outside lane.
Struggling big time on that outside lane.
Whoa, into the wall. Stewart looked like with some contact with Kyle Busch.
We just got run over big time.
For the lead, Matt Kenseth trying his teammate Denny Hamlin. Kurt Busch right there on the 41. And Kenseth now to the number 1 spot. Watch high in turn 2. Stewart 14, Kyle Busch 18.
Yeah, you can see Kyle Busch as he tried to exit the corner there, just slipped up. I think he knew that the 14 was there, but he just couldn't hold his car down.
Caution down, guys. Caution down. Coming straight to you.
Car just blew up.
Marcus Ambrose going right behind the wall, trailing a long stream of liquid behind that 9 car.
Okay, here's a question I asked crew chiefs in the garage this morning. If you have 5 laps on your tires and the caution comes out, are you going to come down pit road? And they said yes. Most of them said they would. Said their cutoff was like 2 laps. So they've run 5 laps under green. We'll see what they do. We know Tony Stewart's coming in, probably the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Ambrose, after the disappointment of coming up a spot short at Watkins Glen to A.J. Allmendinger, knew he had to try and win tonight. Yeah, Stewart and Kyle Busch not waiting for the pit road to be open to come in and get some attention paid to the right sides of their cars.
It's quite a bit of damage to the right side of both of those cars. And you see that happen a lot on restarts here. Drivers just trying to get everything that they can. Tony had already wiggled back in the center of the corner a little bit, but he was up there in the high lane. I think Kyle Busch probably, along with his car going, he was chasing it up there, but just misjudged a little bit there, thinking that he was in front of the 14. And it's so hard to judge that. You go strictly by your speed that you're doing. No, you can see the big wiggle right there. Yeah. Yeah, I had not seen that before. You just hit those seams. And that's what Kyle Busch was on with his left rear tire there. And a lot of times you hit that, you lose control. The back end slides out from under you. Tony Stewart at the wrong place at the wrong time there for that.
Working on getting that 14 as squared away as they can, Jamie.
Yes, and Chad Johnston, his crew chief, just said on the radio this is going to take a few pit stops to fix. You saw him jack it up on the right side. They were checking underneath, checking the components, making sure suspension is okay. So they're going to try to pull that fender out a little bit more and work on the damage. Meanwhile, he had to just pull out through all of that oil that was right outside of his pit box.
Yeah, you can see they just worked on the car, the damage. They didn't change the tires. They're going to wait till they get the car fixed before they put on a set of tires and potentially mess up a set of tires. They do have 10 sets in the pits when this race starts, but most teams were, thinking that might be right at the limit of what they might use. They don't want to waste a set right now.
They're going to have a number of caution laps to get ready for the full set of pit stops, because it is a big mess down there on the pit lane after Marcus Ambrose had his problems. Gives us a minute to check in the Quicken Loans ESPN pit studio. Michael?